are closed due to the marathon that is going on right now. The historic ward, near the historic ward, 794 is blocked off. And when you get to Veterans Park, it is blocked off as well up to Lake Park, North Point area. So just be mindful and the Bradford Beach area as well. So just be mindful that these lanes and roads are blocked off due to the marathon that is occurring this morning. Otherwise, no major issues, no major delays, and full freeway speeds across the rest of the system.
Traffic is sponsored by Rejuvenix Arthritis Pain Clinics. Go to rejuvenix.com for an appointment.
Alleviate your pain, rejuvenate your life.
Go to rejuvenix.com to request your appointment.
Here's your WTMJ 5-day forecast. Today, mostly sunny, breezy, and warm with a high of 86. The record is 87 in 1997, though cooler at times right along the lakefront. Tonight, increasing clouds are later, low of 63. Monday, becoming mostly cloudy with showers or storms, developing especially during the night with a high of 75. Tuesday, cooler and becoming mostly sunny with a high of 66. Wednesday, mostly sunny, high of 67. Thursday, mostly sunny with a high of 68. And Friday, partly cloudy with a high of 68. Right now in Madison, it's 65. In Green Bay, it's 67. In Waukesha, it's 62. And in Milwaukee, it's 66 degrees. I'm Nizer Spencer, Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 8:06.
This is Wisconsin's Weekend Morning News with Libby Collins.
And a very good Sunday morning. And a very good Sunday morning to you. We've got a busy show ahead. It's a lot about the Brewers this morning. We're going to be talking about them. But if you are downtown this morning, you have seen runners everywhere. And what are the conditions for them as they're out there? Well, joining us is TMJ4 meteorologist Michael Fish. And he's going to tell us exactly what to expect weather-wise, and particularly if you are out there watching those marathon runners, because they are really taking over the streets. And we've got Fish with us right now. And hey, how about those people out there running, Fish? Okay, we got you. Do we have Fish now?
Oh, there you go.
You are.
I know, you were silent there for a
Hey,
second.
I'll tell you, there was something going on with those buttons this morning. So the runners started out at 7 o'clock this morning, probably, 26 miles. Some of them are probably halfway through. How are the conditions for runners today?
It's a great start. I mean, I've seen some real doozies over the years. It's like, all right, we're starting off at like 45 degrees, 43. It's raining outside. It's windy. This one, they started off at, I'd say like 65 to 67 degrees. The funny thing about that is our average high temperature for today is supposed to be 66.
Ooh.
And that's how we started. That's how the runners started. So they run in summer heat, right? That's what they do. So, the temperature is going to be rising through the 70s through the morning. By around the noon hour, we're going to be either side of 80 degrees. And here's the thing. When anyone has to do kind of a run to the south, if they're taking one of the southward legs, they're running right into the wind. And that wind is going to be picking up as we head through the morning here. Some of the wind gusts today out of the south-southwest, like close to 30 miles per hour. So,
whoa.
Yeah,
we're going to see some
that's
branches and leaves coming down during that, aren't we?
Well, yeah, I'd say some leaves are moving around. Branches,
I had a big one fall in front of the front door yesterday. That's why I've got that on my mind. We are having some warm days. Did we hit 90 yesterday? Because I know that was a concern.
We did not.
You sound disappointed.
So, that's because I forecasted 90. So I'm like, as long. I had one particular model of guidance that has been doing really well with the temperatures. Well, it missed it by 3 degrees yesterday. Actually, it missed it by 4. The GFS had a 91, and I'm like, I don't want to miss this one. I'm going to go 90, which would have been monumental because that would have been the warmest temperature on record for Milwaukee for the month of October. We didn't do it. We hit 87, and so in my world, that's like not doing your job. Basically, you're like, I missed it by 3 degrees. But either way, it was hot. It wasn't a record either. The record was 88 set back in 1897.
All right. So now today, are we looking at the possibility of hitting a record, or do you think we're not going to quite get there?
Okay, so I adjusted from yesterday. Now watch what's going to happen. Now we're going to hit it. The record for today is 87 degrees, set back in 1997. I brought my high temperature back because I saw it happen yesterday. I brought it back to 86. So that would mean we're not going to tie or break the record. But since I saw it happen yesterday, maybe we'll hit 87 all of a sudden today, and they'll at least tie the record. It's close enough. I mean, 86, and the record is 87. So it's like that's why I'm calling it near record warmth. How about that?
I love your attitude. It's close enough. We're not going to try too hard, right?
And of course, no one wants to hear a meteorologist say that's close enough. But what I just know when I step outside, I'm like, it's really hot for October.
All right.
In my head, it's if it's not like snowing or flooding, I'm like 86 to 87. I'm like whatever. Everyone's like, yeah, it's warm.
I'm going to really challenge you now because it's been dry. Are we going to get rain this week? Or are we going to get close enough?
The rain will be close enough. Now it looks like a good shot at rain. So we start the day tomorrow. It looks like dry for the most part. There might be a couple raindrops off to the north and west. Then as our day goes on, especially in the afternoon, we're going to bring in our first chance of a couple scattered showers, maybe a thunderstorm. That's tomorrow afternoon. Tomorrow we make it to 75. And then it looks like our best shot at rain. That will not be close enough. It looks like it will be moving through. That will be tomorrow night, especially later tomorrow night. And it looks like it's pretty much out of here by Tuesday. Tuesday's high 66. Wednesday, the sun's back, 67. Even Tuesday, actually, I should say Tuesday in the afternoon, the sun should be back, 66. Wednesday, 67. Thursday, 68. Friday, 68. And next Saturday and Sunday, 70. You have to realize the average temperature keeps going down and down as we head through fall. So I bet by the end of the week, the average high will be like 64, and we're already close to 70. So it's like, sure, it's not going to be record-setting warmth, but it's still going to be well above average. So will it be hot this upcoming week? Nope. But will it be above average? Yep.
Fish, once again, you don't disappoint.
Well, yesterday's forecast did because I didn't make it to 90.
Oh, listen, it's always great to have you here. And it looks like by the end of the week, we're going to have some real fall weather coming into the area. TMJ4 meteorologist Michael Fish, it is always great to have you here.
All right. See you, Libby.
Have a great one. Bye. It is 8:13. He just makes me laugh. It's close enough. No. Okay. We've got a busy show. If you yesterday were at the game, lucky you, because boy, was it a good one. Or even if you watched on TV, it was fun to watch too. Well, new at 9, we're going to be joined by WTMJ's Dominic Cotroneo, and he's going to analyze yesterday's big win for the Brewers and also predictions for tomorrow night's game. We've got that coming up. And also, speaking of the Brewers, if you're going to the game tomorrow night, well, Debbie Lazaga has a little bit of advice for your tailgate and some safety tips for you. Also, by popular demand, we are going to replay Eric and Vince's Brewers movie pitch for Hollywood. That's happening at 9:35 this morning. If you have not heard it, make sure you're near the radio so you can hear it at 9:35, or if you want to hear it again, it is delightful. Also, Tim Gibbons is going to join us today from the Milwaukee Business Journal. He has some more details about United Healthcare dropping Ascension, Wisconsin. That's big news this week. Also, October is Cybersecurity Awareness Month, and we're going to tell you how to protect yourself. Sandy Max is dropping by, and she's been listening to Taylor Swift's new album, and she also has a Wisconsin connection she wants to tell us about with Super Bowl performer Bad Bunny. We'll take a look back at the week in review. Isaac's here pushing those buttons. Nazir Spencer is in the newsroom, and in just 2 minutes, if you enjoy art, You're going to want to hear about an event getting underway at 10 o'clock this morning. That's all I had on Wisconsin Weekend Morning News. It is 8:15 and 67 degrees at WTMJ.
So it's time you bought some new end tables, or maybe a new coffee table. There's nothing like having beautiful new wood furniture in your home. But as a mom, I know wood furniture tends to attract little boys and girls like a magnet. And soon your new end table ends up being a Hot Wheels racetrack. And before you know it, that new wood is going to start to take a beating. Well, let me tell you what I've found to be an inexpensive solution to keeping wood furniture tops intact. And it's simple. Custom cut glass tabletops. They do a great job protecting the wood, and I happen to believe that they make wood furniture look even classier. So give me a call. I'll help you protect that wood and make it look even nicer with a custom cut glass tabletop. This is Stacy Sinks with Les's Glass Service. If it's a new glass shower door, fogged or broken insulated glass replacement, or affordable glass and mirror home decor that you've been looking for, you just can't pass on Les's Glass. Les's Glass Service, serving all of southeastern Wisconsin. Find us at lesglassservice.com.
Annual enrollment is on the way. Whether you're gearing up for retirement or already there, American Republic Insurance Services is here to help you navigate your health and life insurance options with confidence. They'll walk you through every step so you can make smart, secure choices and protect your legacy. And remember, protect yourself from scams by working with a trusted local agent. Call them today at 262-523-1440. American Republic Insurance Services. Be informed, be smart, be secure.
There's no better place to catch the natural wonders of fall than Lake Geneva. Stroll a lakeshore path in a kaleidoscope of color. Explore winding rustic roads. Take a scenic boat tour or glide through a forest on a zip line. At night, stargaze from a historic observatory, cozy up to a campfire, or have a cocktail on the patio. Enjoy the seasonal bounty at orchards, wineries, and farms with flavors to savor. Plan your fall getaway now at visitlakegeneva.com. Lake Geneva, it's always been the place for fall fun.
It's 8:17. We're going to get up to the upper 80s today. Currently 67 degrees at WTMJ. Well, the Milwaukee studio tour is going on all day today. Joining us is Gene Wells. And Gene, you have quite a few people that we can stop and see today. And it's so interesting to get to know these artists up close and personal.
Yes, it's a really special event because you get to go to the artist studio, which is unusual. So it's really exciting. And we have 5 new tour stops this year and 56 artists participating. It's pretty big.
Wow. And it's all going on from 10 till 4?
Yes, and there are 21 tour stops. So those are host studios within the boundaries of Milwaukee County. So the best thing to do is maybe to hop on our website, mkestudiotour.com, check out the map, kind of pick and choose where you'd like to go. If you'd like to choose a neighborhood, Bayview, Tosa, Cudahy, South Milwaukee, Milwaukee. There's all different places to go and explore today.
Give us a little breakdown of what kind of craftsmen we have the ability to meet and see their work.
We have the Jewelers Guild, so there's jewelry there. It's really amazing. They also teach classes. We have a new artist, Chris and Danny Gill. They're a couple that make prints for mostly bands around the country. They're printmaking. We have a new metal artist. He does sculptures, really cool sculptures. He's actually legally blind. Jason Blankenshop, he's on the tour. There's also fine heirloom furniture by Ian Star Woodworks, and there's lots of fiber and lots of clay, lots of ceramic artists that you can see on the tour.
It's really nice to be able to see these artists in their own studios. It's a lot different than just going to a craft show or craft fair and meeting them there.
Yeah, you can talk directly to the artist. You can also see their tools that they work with. Some artists will be doing demonstrations or have work in progress that you can take a look at. So it's a little bit more intimate and educational in a way.
Is there any sort of charge?
It is free. It's open to anyone to come, but all the artists will have their works for sale. So the host artist and the guest artists, a lot of us have guest artists in our spaces or in our backyard. So you have a nice selection. It's like a mini art fair at each of the locations. If you're interested in doing some early holiday shopping, it's a great time to do it. I would highly recommend going to the website. It's mkestudiotour.com, and there you can find interactive Google Map that you can use on your phone, Or we also have a printable map, a one-pager that you could print out and use that if you'd like to have paper, or you can choose your first studio that you're going to go to, and you can pick up the map and brochure there, which will help explain a little bit more.
It's 8:20. Coming up in just a couple of minutes, Tim Gibbons from the Milwaukee Business Journal is going to join us. And if you were affected by this Ascension, Wisconsin being dropped from your insurance plan, you will want to hear what he has to say. He's got more details about United Healthcare. It's all ahead on Wisconsin Weekend Morning News.
Sponsored by AccuNet Mortgage.
AccuNet Mortgage is an equal housing lender. NMLS ID 255368.
After writing 3 unsuccessful offers, Brenda decided to make a no-regrets offer on this next property. She offered $35,000 over asking and promised to complete the purchase even if the appraised value came in as much as $25,000 below the accepted offer price. Why? Because she was tired of losing, and because her AccuNet loan consultant showed her that even in her worst-case scenario, no additional money would be needed at closing, and her payment, which on this home was much more affordable than others she wrote offers on, would only increase by $17 a month. Brenda's no-regrets offer, backed up by a rock-solid guaranteed pre-approval from AccuNet, was accepted over several others. And wouldn't you know, the appraised value came in at the significantly higher than asking purchase price, which happens 9 out of 10 times in our experience. If you or someone you know wants help understanding what a no-regrets pre-approval might look like, get started by clicking on the blue button at AccuNet.com. That's ACCUNET.com.
Church and Chapel Funeral Homes. Dignified services with less expensive fees compared to other fine funeral homes. Church and Chapel Funeral Homes. There's one near you.
When we're out in your town, come say hi as we broadcast live from the Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin mobile studio.
Anytime you hear us when we're on the road, you can find us live from our brand new mobile studio.
Whether it be Summerfest, EAA, Opening Day, Air and Water Show, wherever we may be.
You can see us on the radio, live from the Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin mobile studio.
We are Wisconsin's radio station.
We are Wisconsin's radio station.
We are Wisconsin's radio station.
News Radio 620 WTMJ.
It's time to check in with Tim Gibbons, editor-in-chief of the Milwaukee Business Journal. And Tim, there were a lot of upset customers for United Healthcare this week when the news came out that Ascension, Wisconsin is not going to be part of their network.
Yeah, no, this is quite a big deal. You know, United Healthcare is the largest or close to the largest insurer. So we're talking about a lot of people who are going to be impacted by this and ripple effects on the healthcare system. So just to bring listeners up to speed, basically, Ascension, Wisconsin and United Healthcare can't come to terms on reimbursement rates. The hospitals basically are saying they need more money. The insurer is saying they don't want to pay as much. So at this point, the Ascension hospitals are not in network for United Healthcare patients.
Does it look like they might be able to resolve the issues?
It's a big question. So, I mean, there are a lot of people we've been talking to who are trying to weigh in, hoping that they can kind of help come to a negotiated settlement sort of thing. The issue is this. When you look at these hospitals, particularly the safety net hospitals, the way the economics work is basically private insurers help cover the shortfall that is caused by people who can't pay or people who are on Medicare. So if a hospital is not getting private insured patients, the economics suddenly stop working. So this could be a really tough time for Ascension. Obviously, though, it can also be a tough time for United because they have a lot of people who they want to go to Ascension hospitals. And I assume that they're getting phone calls as well of, come on, you need to get to a resolution.
So where does that leave them? I mean, do you think, from what you're hearing, do you think they are going to be able to come to a consensus with an agreement?
I think eventually they will. I wouldn't want to guess on how long it's going to take because healthcare economics are really tough. I mean, we're looking, depending on what happens as a result of the government shutdown, the ACA subsidies are going away. So that's making healthcare costs rise for a lot of people. Overall, I was reading some study a week or so ago. I think costs are expected to go up 9%. So healthcare costs are rising pretty dramatically for many people. And if you're the insurer, you're trying to contain costs. If you're the healthcare provider, you're sitting there going, you know, doctors and drugs and all of that cost money. So it's a tough time.
No doubt about that. All right. Speaking of the federal government, this story, I think, opened a few eyes this week as well. And that is that ICE is looking for office space in Milwaukee around the downtown area immediately. What have you heard?
Yeah, so this was interesting. This is a story that we broke this week. Listeners might know about some of the other movements with ICE. They are renting space right now from MSOE, and they're moving out of that space to another space. And there's supposed to be some movement on that in coming days. So check the Business Journal on Monday or Tuesday, and we might have some more stuff nailed down on that. But this is a separate project from that. This is a request for leased space that the General Service Administration sent out earlier, basically mid-September, asking for space that they could move attorneys into, basically professional office space. So it's not for detainees or anything like that, but clearly ICE believes that they're going to need 60 to 70 attorneys and support staff will need space in downtown Milwaukee.
I would imagine they're looking for a secure building.
They are. It's interesting going through these government solicitations where they have such very specific sort of things of it, must be at or above ground level, and they don't want to co-locate with tenants who could prevent security from being where it should be. So probably in one of the downtown towers that, have access control.
But there are a lot of those with that kind of available space.
Yeah, the space itself probably isn't the main limiting factor. They do want it to be furnished, and that cuts down on some of the options out there where the building owner does not necessarily have furnished space. They have space that you can build out, but again, they're looking to move quickly on this. The solicitation, typically these go out and you have a couple weeks or whatever to reply to them. This went out at 4 o'clock in the afternoon on September 16th with responses due at 7:30 p.m. September 17th. So basically a 27-hour turnaround. And one real estate professional we spoke with said that they want to get set up basically immediately.
Interesting. I know you're going to let us know where that's going to be in the near future. All right. We are talking with Tim Gibbons. He's the editor-in-chief of the Milwaukee Business Journal. Johnson Controls has been facing a lawsuit for the last couple of years. And finally, there's a settlement.
Yeah, so this goes back to the beginning of 2024 and trying to simplify it as much as possible. It's basically Johnson Control had salespeople who, when they would sell things, the customer, these are big orders, the customer wouldn't pay for it all up front. They might, it's a big HVAC project, say, they pay for it over time. So the salespeople would get commission over time. And at some point in 2023, Johnson Control changed how that commission structure worked. And that led to salespeople saying that the company had robbed them of commissions that they thought they were due. The two sides have reached a settlement. Important to say, as always, in this sort of thing, that Johnson Control has not admitted any wrongdoing. And they have said that if you look at the documents, they're allowed to change their commission structure. But after almost 2 years of this lawsuit going on and some intense negotiation, according to the legal documents, they were able to reach a agreement that has the company paying out $17.5 million. So that's going to about 1,700 people. Some of the sales reps are getting $300. Others are getting over 100,000. So depending on what their commissions were, obviously people are treated differently.
No doubt about that one. That's an interesting one. All right. We talked a little bit a couple weeks ago about Waukesha County looking at widening I-94, and they've just cleared a hurdle.
They did. We talked about the need for that area where it narrows from 3 lanes to 2 and traffic backs up and accidents happen. And so a lot of business leaders in Waukesha County have really been pushing to have that road widened, went through the state legislature, got vetoed by the governor for procedural reasons, and the instructions were go through the Department of Transportation. So those who are pushing for this did. And this project got picked as the number one project that DOT thinks should be reviewed for further study. So that sets the project up for an environmental study phase, which is a necessary step if this is going to take place.
And this would be good news for anybody who's thinking of buying a home or building a home out near Pabst Farms, and you've got news about a development there.
That was an incredible segue. Yes. The Pabst Farm, massively growing area, and you're very correct. There is always a thing with highway projects of induced demand, and if you widen it, does it just mean more traffic? In this case, there's going to be more traffic anyway. So Pabst Farm, massive project that I'm sure listeners are familiar with. This project is a massive project within the massive project. The owners of the land and Cobalt Partners, which is a big local developer, have teamed up to begin a process of developing 210 acres on part of this land. The interesting bit is the property lies partially in Oconomowoc and partially in Summit. And that, as you might expect, can lead to duplication of zoning approvals and, all of the municipal sign-offs that have to happen. In this case, both of the municipalities are very upfront about wanting to work together to try to get a project that everybody is happy with. So I don't know if I've seen a level of let's come together and work on this as a team quite so explicitly from the get-go. So it's good to see that.
All right. Well, Tim, it is always great to have you here. Timothy Gibbons, editor-in-chief of the Milwaukee Business Journal. Thanks for joining us today.
Thanks.
Here's a penny for your thoughts. There's about 11,000 tire-related crashes every year.
Mostly due to driving around on underinflated, beat-up, worn-out tires with low tread.
A couple of clicks at richlawns.com will get you scheduled for a free tire tread test.
But if you're pressed for time, there's an old trick we use in the tire industry that'll tell you if you need tires.
And that's free, too.
My dad showed me, who learned it from his dad, who learned it from someone else way back in 1964.
Ah, yes. The old penny test.
Yep, just place a penny head first.
As in upside down.
Into the groove of your tire. Now, if you can see the top of Lincoln's head, you're due for tires.
And hey, if the free penny test frazzles you, book an appointment at richlawns.com.
If your tires are good,
no harm, no foul, because it won't cost you a penny. Be safe, buckle up, and hang. Always make sure you've got good tread on your tires. I'm Brett Matchke with Rich Lawns. You're
due for service.
Such a refreshing change. Rich Lawns.
Seal out drafts, dust, and moisture with MD brand weather stripping from Menards. A well-sealed home is more comfortable and energy efficient. We have the largest selection of in-stock weather stripping with over 100 products available to take home and start lowering your energy bills today. Save big money on weather stripping right now at Menards and check out our weekly flyer on menards.com for more great deals happening now.
Save big money at Menards.
At Boucher, we don't just sell cars, we build careers.
For over 45 years, Boucher has been Wisconsin's trusted name in automotive excellence, and today we're growing faster than ever.
Whether you're an experienced professional or just starting out, Boucher is hiring across all departments: sales, service, finance, and more.
Enjoy industry-leading pay, unbeatable benefits, paid training, and a workplace that truly values you. Join the Boucher family, where we ride with you every mile, and your future rides with us. Apply today at Boucher.com.
It's 8:32. We've got Nazir Spencer in the WTMJ Breaking News Center, and they're looking for a missing man, Nazir.
Yes, thank you, Libby. Milwaukee police are asking for help locating a critically missing man, 60-year-old Terrence J. Brown. He was last in contact with family Saturday afternoon and was seen walking southbound on North Water Street. Brown is described as white, about 5'10", 200 pounds, with gray and white hair and blue eyes. He was last seen wearing a blue and white checkered shirt, khaki shorts, and brown flip-flops. Anyone with information should call Milwaukee Police District 1. A child has died following an ATV crash in the town of Glenmore. The Brown County Sheriff's Office says the child was injured Friday morning while riding with an adult and later died at the hospital. The crash happened around 10:55 a.m., and the Sheriff's Office was notified of the child's death that afternoon. Names have not been released yet. There have been 34 reported casualties due to ATVs and UTVs this year alone. This will mark number 35. A new wing is being added to the Frederick Hospital in Wauwatosa dedicated to emergencies during pregnancies. The Frederick and Medical College of Wisconsin announced that the obstetric emergency wing will open next spring. The hospital group says it's currently deals with 1,800 obstetric and pregnant patients a year. Frederick says it also plans to expand its birth center by doubling the number of labor and delivery rooms while also adding a C-section suite. Taking a look at the roads with your WTMJ Time Saver traffic, all the way down from Cudahy on 794 up to about the historic 3rd Ward area and Veterans Park area. It is closed down due to the marathon this morning, so just be mindful if you're coming that way on the Hone Bridge that it is closed down on going northbound near and ending near Harbor Avenue, and then it starts up again near the Milwaukee Art Museum and up to Veterans Park. So just be mindful that those areas are closed down right now. Otherwise, no major issues, no major delays in full freeway speeds across the system. Here's your WTMJ 5-day forecast today. Mostly sunny and breezy and warm with a high of 86, though cooler at times right along the lakefront. Tonight, increasing clouds late, low of 63. Monday, becoming mostly cloudy with showers or storms developing, especially during the night. Tuesday, cooler and becoming mostly sunny with a high of 66. Wednesday, mostly sunny with a high of 67. Thursday, mostly sunny with a high of 68. And Friday, partly cloudy with a high of 68. Right now in Appleton, it's 68. And in Wauwatosa, 67. And in Milwaukee, 68 degrees. I'm Nazir Spencer, Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 8:35.
Thanks a lot, Nazir. In just 2 minutes, it's the Weekend Review, sponsored by Outdoor Living Unlimited.
No matter how many people are in your family, buying new jackets for the cold weather months can be expensive. But when you shop St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores, prices on cold weather jackets will give you a sigh of relief because thrift store prices mean great deals. And right now we have a great selection. Find great deals on cold weather jackets for the family at St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores on Highway 100 in Layton and Greenfield, 23rd in Lincoln, and 76th and Bradley Road in Milwaukee.
You're gonna love it, St. Vincent de Paul.
Matt LePay for Steinhoffels. Steinhoffels is a proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. Since 1934, Steinhoffels has been Wisconsin's furniture and mattress destination for quality, selection, and service. For over 90 years, Steinhoffels has helped Wisconsinites create the homes of their dreams and is 100% employee-owned. Steinhoffels has the largest selection of all the latest styles and all the best mattress brands. You'll find something for every style and every budget. Shop in-store or online at steinhoffels.com. Relax, it's Steinhoffels.
Since 1946, Ansay & Associates has provided insurance to help secure businesses and families throughout Wisconsin. With custom coverage and superior customer service, Ansay & Associates can provide all of your insurance needs. Visit ansay.com today and get a free consultation with one of our strategists. Or come see us in person at any of our local offices. Ansay & Associates, securing and protecting your American dream.
Cheese doodles, Mr. Nougat Bar. Oh, here we go. 4-door hatchback.
Some things are fine to buy from a vending machine, but a car is not one of them. The national online company makes it seem convenient, but it won't be so convenient if you have a problem with the vehicle you buy. And if it's after 7 days, good luck. Adam member dealers also let you search online, plus test drive the vehicle before you buy it. And they're right here to handle any issues.
What? The car's stuck. No!
Start your search at adam.com.
And welcome back to the second half hour of Wisconsin Weekend Morning News. I'm Libby Collins. We're here till 10 o'clock this morning. And at 9, we're going to be talking about that game yesterday and what to expect tomorrow night with Dominic Cotroneo. Right now, though, there were shakeups in the governor's race. The government shut down, and the I-94 rivalry hit October. There's a lot more, too. It's a Weekend Review brought to you by Outdoor Living Unlimited.
What we do here is go back.
Steer, a fly ball to center. Back is Perkins. That'll do it. 97 wins for your Milwaukee Brewers, a new franchise record. And no team in Brewers franchise history has ever been better than the 2025 version.
I mean, it's a way for this team to get recognized, and they should be. You know, especially where they came from and where no one expected this.
McManus for the tie, 34. And this one is good. It's a tie!
It sucks. Another name entering the race for Wisconsin governor, former state economic development director for Wisconsin, Missy Hughes, announcing she is running for governor.
Listen, I'm not a politician. I'm different than other folks you've seen run for governor. That's the point.
We have Dan Bice and Mary Spikuza, both from the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel. And Dan, I don't know if we solely attribute Bill Berrien dropping out of the governor race to you, but certainly...
You lose count after a while.
We talk about getting biced.
Nazir Spencer of WTMJ went over for Bucks Media Day.
It's a new team, very young team, and much more explosive with Giannis especially. Everyone's pretty excited over there.
You've heard about the Super Bowl halftime show. Bad Bunny will be the headlining performer.
Was called by the Bad Bunny team asking me if I was interested in collaborating. And so he was interested in including and incorporating Puerto Rican history into his new album.
Today, Secretary of War Pete Hegseth addressed senior military leaders at Quantico in Virginia. Hegseth criticized so-called toxic leaders who he claims have been lowering standards in what he called the War Department.
Each service will ensure that every requirement for every combat MOS, for every designated combat arms position, returns to the highest male standard only. Because we are the War Department. Godspeed.
Please clap.
We're excited to be joined in the Annex Wealth Management studio by David Crowley.
We've been talking to a lot of candidates about legalizing medical marijuana or recreational marijuana. A lot of money is going to Illinois. J.B. Pritzker is saying thank you. So what do you think about?
This is an opportunity to put those dollars towards education. This is an opportunity to help out many of our rural farmers and helping to save their farms and their community.
From ABC News, I'm Dave Packer. The federal government has shut down. The midnight Eastern time deadline has passed.
I wanted to get my frustration out because after sitting there watching all that stuff, I'm like, I've learned nothing.
Like, who do you blame right now?
I blame both sides.
It was terrorism. That's what British police are saying about a deadly rampage at a synagogue in Manchester.
King Charles and Britain's prime minister said they were appalled by the attack on such a significant day for Jewish people.
Additional police assets are being deployed to synagogues across the country.
And it goes long. Was there a touch up front? No, there was not. Hitting error ends it tonight, and Wisconsin has won 9 in a row.
9 times.
9 times.
I just want you.
Swift's 12th album, The Life of a Showgirl, a giant love letter to her beau, Travis Kelce, dropped at midnight. The late George Michael gets songwriting credit for one track.
I'll be a falling figure.
Some young Swifties are asking, who's he?
Can you imagine any woman writing a song about you to begin with?
The I-94 rivalry moves into October as the Brewers will face off against the Chicago Cubs at the NLDS on Saturday from American Family Field.
So we decided here on Wisconsin's Morning News that we were going to provide Hollywood with a movie pitch of your 2025 Brewers.
You Priester?
Yes, sir.
Then get your spikes on.
A team for the ages, the 2025 Milwaukee Brewers, and they are not even close to being done yet.
You speak into existence, you see it, you visualize it, you believe that we can do it.
Holy cow, do you believe it?
Man, I got tears at our own thingy.
I think that pitch works.
What a week, eh? What a week.
I've learned nothing.
Getting biced.
Ladies and gentlemen, the weekend.
And you can text the word week to the Siding Unlimited talk and text line at 855-616-1620 to hear it again. And speaking of hearing it again, we are going to be replaying Eric and Vince's movie pitch to Hollywood for the Brewers 2025 season. That's going to be at 9:35 this morning, so stick around for that one. It's 67 degrees. It's 8:42. Coming up, we've got some tips for you if you are concerned about your security online. It's all ahead on Wisconsin Weekend Morning News.
Half a century of marketing expertise joined with over 20 years of local market knowledge. Not to mention the savings you'll see after you get our best commission right up front, which, by the way, is only 1.9% on the listing side of your home. Join that together and you can be sure that you've chosen the right real estate experts who have the experience to market your home effectively and give you a commission that'll end up paying for things like new furniture. This is Angela Calais with Century 21 Benefit Realty, benefit-realty.com, where you pay less for full service. Each office is independently owned and operated. They saved over $50,000 after we sold their home at only 1.9%. You don't have to pay 6% to market and sell your home. Hundreds of Century 21 Benefit Realty clients will attest. You can get it all for only 1.9%. The more value your home has, the more important it is to find the best real estate commission and the marketing ability to get top dollar. And with Century 21 behind us, that's what we have. This is Angela Calais with Century 21 Benefit Realty, benefit-realty.com, where you pay less for full service. Each office is independently owned and operated.
It's here on consignment from over 10,000 nationwide partners. From very high-end, distinctive furniture, unique antiques and original art, to tasteful home decor that can fit almost any budget. Premium home decor priced right at 25 to 40% off retail prices. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating tastes come to find premium home decor at a value. Design Exchange in Heartland and Pewaukee.
Design Exchange.
Smart interior designers know that what they'll see here is going to be almost impossible to find anywhere else, especially at our consignment prices. Premium home decor that's gently loved and close to new. And what we carry can raise the wow factor of anyone's home decor. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating tastes come to find premium home decor at a value. Design Exchange in Heartland and Pewaukee.
Design Exchange.
October is National Cybersecurity Awareness Month, and it's a perfect opportunity for everybody out there to brush up on practices that can help protect you from scams, malware, device failure, and a lot of other common issues. Joining us is our consumer expert, Michelle Ronan from DATCAP. And what do we need to know, Michelle?
Well, this is the perfect time to, as you said, take inventory of things and really be sure you have good practices put in place to add to that everyday cybersecurity routines to keep yourself safe. And the first thing is backup data. Important digital files like work, photos, personal documents, and receipts should be backed up on either an external storage device or with a cloud storage device, because this protects these files in case the original device fails or if it's compromised by malware. You know, create that regular backup routine for that extra security. And then don't forget to delete sensitive data, avoid sending sensitive data in emails, texts, or direct messages, and be careful with other physical storage devices like a USB thumb drive. They're very convenient to share files, but they can also spread viruses and malware if you just pick it up off the ground and wonder what's on it and pop that thing into the computer.
And how about passwords? How careful do you need to be about those?
Oh, you need to have a regular routine in changing and updating those passwords, and be sure you are using a different strong password for every account that you have, because if one gets compromised, you don't want a scammer to access all your other accounts.
And when you get those links in an email, especially if they're from unsolicited places, what do?
You avoid clicking them. You just delete that message that you received, but you do not click the links that those contain, because you don't know if you're going to be redirected to a fake website where you'd hand over your personal information, or if that link could compromise your system.
And if by any chance you think you're getting scammed, who do we call, Michelle?
Contact DADCAP's Consumer Protection Hotline at 1-800-422-7128.
It's going to be mostly sunny, breezy, and warm today. We should get up to about 86 degrees, although it might be a little bit cooler in the lake. And I think those marathoners this morning can certainly attest to that. It's a pretty good morning to be out there running. Tonight, those clouds are going to start late, and then it's going to get down to 63 then tomorrow. We're going to get some clouds. We've got some showers, maybe even a thunderstorm developing, particularly late in the day and into tomorrow evening. Tomorrow's high will be 75. Then we cool down. The rest of the week, it's in the 60s with sunny skies. Right now, Port Washington has 64 degrees. Franklin's at 68. Tosa has 67, and we have 67 degrees at 8:48 on WTMJ. Coming up next, Sandy Max joins us. She is so excited about Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift, not Taylor Swift. It's Taylor Swift. We're going to hear all about it after this.
Glass shower doors are beautiful, but the way they used to make them doesn't allow for them to stay looking beautiful for long. And that's because hard water, heat, humidity, and even soap can corrode standard shower glass. But our newest product, ShowerGuard Glass, is different. Its patented technology permanently seals the glass surface against discoloration and corrosion. And with regular cleaning, your new ShowerGuard glass is going to look new for years to come. So if that old glass shower door of yours is ready to go, give me a call about ShowerGuard Glass. Now, you can't find this product everywhere, but you can find it at Les's Glass. And with over 30 years of experience installing glass shower doors, you can take our word for it. It lives up to its billing. This is Stacy Sinks with Les's Glass Service. If it's a new glass shower door, fogged or broken insulated glass replacement, or affordable glass and mirror home decor that you've been looking for, you just can't pass on Les's Glass. Les's Glass Service, serving all of southeastern Wisconsin. Find us at lesglassservice.com.
You'll get a new heat pump system, a new furnace, and a full home duct cleaning all together as a package at about half price. Half price! That's how it all shakes out. Not a gimmick. And both the furnace and the heat pump system are high-quality units. This is Anthony Zanevsky. All you have to do is purchase a heat pump system from Quality, and you'll get a free furnace and a free duct cleaning. All totaled, the cost would be about $20,000. When you add in the new tax incentives that you'll get back at the end of the year, you're going to end up paying about half. That's about $10K for a high-quality furnace, heat pump system, and a full home duct cleaning. It's limited time. And last time we did this, the units went pretty fast. So if your home needs a new furnace upgrade and a heat pump system that can act as a brand new AC system as well as a furnace backup, take advantage while you can and cut your energy bills substantially. Call Quality and get them while they're hot.
Call Quality for the signature service you deserve.
Call Quality. Heating, cooling, plumbing, and electric.
Networks, streaming services, retail chains, and tech giants are all adding plus to their names. But where did the concept originate? We may be biased, but we think these big wigs found their inspiration for plus at Hasselist Mattress. Hasselist showrooms are employee-free. Give your mattress a try with no pushy sales guy. Plus, our 35 beds from the top 5 brands start at $393. Plus, unbeatable prices on Tempur-Pedic. Plus, free next-day delivery and setup. Plus, free haul away and disposal of your old mattress. Plus, 60-month interest-free financing on select Tempur-Pedic with approved credit. Plus, a $300 MasterCard gift card with your Tempur-Pedic mattress. Plus, a ruggedly handsome spokesman with a smooth radio voice. Get all this, plus a whole lot more when you shop at Hasselist Mattress. Or maybe we should change our name to Hasselist Plus. Nah. Open 9 to 9. Find an employee-free showroom near you or shop online at Hasselist.com.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
Oh, and here she is, a Swiftie this morning. It is Sandy Maxwell Sunday. What's on tap? And wow, the Swifties are just in their element with the big release. Was it?
Oh, it was 11 o'clock on Thursday. I knew people who were
Eastern time
setting their clocks and were the first to stream it and then woke up and started streaming again. And I will not lie, Friday morning, I started streaming The Life of a Showgirl myself.
It's kind of up-tempo music, isn't it?
This is a much tighter, poppier album than her previous album, which was appropriately titled The Tortured Poets Department.
Well, that makes me depressed right there, hearing the name of that.
But the comparisons have been that was a really emotional album that was put out quickly and was maybe even a little messy. Whereas this is, like I said, it's very tight and poppy. And I would think that you would like it. Have you listened to any of it?
I've heard a little bit of it. A couple songs I've heard, I kind of like. Again, she's going back to her up-tempo pop kind of thing, and that's what I like.
And there's even a song called Elizabeth Taylor. So I thought that might gravitate to you. I like a song
Not
called...
Elizabeth Collins, Elizabeth Taylor. Got it. Here we go.
But I like the song Opalite is my favorite. It's very melodic. But I will tell you, as soon as I saw the title Father Figure, which is a George Michael song, I thought, oh, is she covering Father Figure? Because, by the way, she also has a song called Cruel Summer, which is not the Bananarama song. And she has a song called Bad Blood, which is not the Elton John, Neil Sedaka song either.
Which always confused me because I like both versions.
Isn't that funny? Exactly. But Father Figure is sort of a tribute to George Michael, and you don't hear the music necessarily, but it attributes, they called it an interpolation. But George Michael's estate has said that Taylor Swift reached out to them in advance. They liked what she did, and they have given their endorsement of it. And they even said that George Michael would have loved Taylor Swift's artistry.
You mentioned Bad Blood. Is there any shade about Blake Lively on this album?
You know, maybe. But maybe I just don't know, because the whole song called Father Figure is about Scooter Braun and her getting her rights back to her music. But there's nothing that rhymes with Scooter in there, you know. So if you don't know that story, it's not obvious. And I think she is such a beautiful lyricist and great wordsmith.
But the people she's writing about, they know.
They know, exactly. So I think if you're like, wait a minute, that turn of a phrase that means, oh, that was that text that I sent, or that was that bouquet of flowers I sent to you. I think, as the phrase goes, if you know, you know. Mm-hmm. But it's not obvious shade throwing. It's very artistic shade throwing.
So we'll probably be seeing this album up for a lot of awards when we get to that season.
Yeah, I would think so. But I will tell you also, you know, we're talking about George Michael. I thought that was going to be a cover song. But the more I listen to this, there's some interesting, like there's a song called Ruin the Friendship. And I feel like I hear Lenny Kravitz, It Ain't Over Till It's Over in that. So I don't know if she's kind of borrowing some like strains of music, because I also heard a Jackson 5 music vibe in the song called Wood.
Well, that's exactly why I think I'm going to like this album, because I love the Jackson 5.
Borrowing a little bit from that, and the title track, she's partnering with one of the hottest singers right now, Sabrina Carpenter.
Now, a couple weeks ago, we talked about Taylor Swift and the possibility of her playing the Super Bowl. Well, now we know it's not going to be Taylor. It's going to be Bad Bunny.
But you want to know why? According to the Swifties I know, it's not Taylor Swift.
Why?
Because she's a savvy businesswoman, and she wanted the rights to that performance. And then NFL said, no way.
Ah, that is interesting.
Yeah, she's smart. But yes, it is Bad Bunny, which was a surprise to a lot of people.
He was on SNL last night.
Yes, the season 51 premiere. So he's hot right now with a new album out that focuses on Puerto Rican history, which I have a Wisconsin connection to that. But Bad Bunny as a Super Bowl choice did surprise me, because after all the controversy of Kendrick Lamar and his artistry and his political statements and the choreography and the artistry of that, which was very controversial and seemingly alienating to some people, I thought they were going to swing all the way back to some classic rock, to some country.
Instead, they are going to go controversial with Bad Bunny.
Who has caused quite a stir.
Yeah, there's some people who are pretty upset about that. But he is the performer, and you said there's a Wisconsin connection?
There is a Wisconsin connection. And, Bad Bunny is a global appeal. I mean, he has topped the global charts more than once. So for the people who are like, I don't really know who Bad Bunny is, he's got a massive following in the millions. And because this...
in international markets.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, and he's been on Saturday Night Live before in sketches. He's been in movies. He's been in WWE and performed at WrestleMania 37. So I feel like a lot of people may have seen Bad Bunny, but just haven't realized it yet.
He was in the Super Bowl.
Yes.
With J-Lo and Shakira.
He was Shakira's
and I didn't
guest.
even remember that until after I saw.
It was kind of a heartbeat. Yeah. So he's been on the Super Bowl stage before. But yeah, in February, he's going to take that stage. And I think it's going to be really interesting. He's a proud Puerto Rican. And at UW-Madison, there's an associate professor of Latin American and Caribbean history. His name is Yorel Melendez-Badillo. And he was a guest with me on What's on Tap a couple days ago, because earlier this year, Bad Bunny's music team had read his book. He wrote a book called Puerto Rico, A National History. Yes, it's an academic book, but he wrote it with his grandparents in mind, so they would be able to read it. So it's a very accessible book. So Bad Bunny's people read Yorel's book, and they say, you realize Bad Bunny's new album is all about Puerto Rican history. We want you to help us enhance our music videos and write some anecdotes to go with them. So within 2 weeks, he was on the front end of this album release, and he created the language that goes with the music videos. Then they came back to him a few months ago and said, Bad Bunny's going to play about 30 concerts in Puerto Rico. We want to show some of your history on these huge billboards outside the concert. So can you create those for us? So what do you think the odds are? Maybe Yorel Melendez-Badillo creates something that could be seen at the Super Bowl to enhance that performance.
That is an interesting angle. And I think we're on the same wavelength on that. That's probably going
Wouldn't
to
that
be part
cool?
of it. Yeah, that
but
would
for
be
a historian,
and plus he'd get tickets to the game.
There you would think so.
And maybe a box.
That would be what a perk for somebody in the academic world who now is a superstar himself. But it was fun talking with Yorel. He calls Bad Bunny Benito because he's on a first name basis with him.
He doesn't call him Bunny?
No, not Mr. Bunny
or Batty.
Yeah, but so
Mr. Bunny Rabbit, was that was a TV show, I think.
But how interesting is that, to research an album that you want to represent Puerto Rican history so much that you're doing the reading and the research and the historical interest, that you find somebody who's a Bucky Badger and you reach out to him and incorporate him into your artistry.
And you find those people. Sandy, it is always great to have you here. I think you and I have to have a listening party for Taylor Swift's new album.
I'll bring the headphones and the popcorn.
It's 8:59 on WTMJ. I'm Libby Collins. When we get back, new at 9, Dominic Cotroneo joins us. We're going to talk about yesterday's big Brewers win and also what to expect tomorrow night. It's all ahead on Wisconsin Weekend Morning News.
Well, we decided to develop our own mattress line just, I think, purely from a quality standpoint again.
We wanted to go the opposite way the industry was going. The industry was cheapening things, and we didn't believe in that.
Ben and Arvid from Penny Mustard Furnishings.
The entire mattress industry has gone to one-sided. We still believe that a two-sided is going to last you longer. You can get more comfort out of it.
5 years from now, 10 years from now, I want them to look back and say, wow, I bought that a long time ago, and I'm still really happy with it. That's true in our mattresses. It's true in our furniture.
PennyMustard.com.
You've seen us around town, volunteering, supporting events, and showing up where it matters. At Waterstone Bank, we're more than a bank. We're your neighbor. The money you deposit stays local, helping small businesses, creating jobs, and supporting home ownership. It's banking from the community for the community. Visit your local branch or WSBOnline.com to see how we're building a stronger southeastern Wisconsin, one neighbor at a time. Waterstone Bank, member FDIC.
The vibrant fall colors and cooler temperatures make for great days out on the golf course. The Island invites you to experience the best of fall golf with late season rounds at Sweetgrass or Sage Run. Fall golf rates run through the end of the 2025 season, with tee times starting at $75 and stay and play packages from $125. And submit your 2026 golf package request early to guarantee choice dates. Plan your fall golf adventure today at islandresortgolf.com.
What makes working at Three Pillars so special? Let's hear from my friend Diane.
I just love what I do because I get to bring joy and happiness to the residents. I develop and plan all the programs, activities, and outings. We go downtown to Milwaukee for different theater productions, museum tours. Our activities can span from Lake Geneva up to as far as Green Bay, and then we love going to the Dells. We also have a lot of speakers coming all the time, and then we always have parties.
Find a rewarding career at threepillars.org.
Breaking news as it happens. Stay up to date with your trusted and relevant source in news, sports, traffic, and weather. We are Wisconsin's radio station. News Radio 620, WTMJ, Milwaukee.
At 9 o'clock, it's 69 degrees in Milwaukee. Today, mostly sunny, breezy, and very warm and a little humid with a high of 90. Tonight, mainly clear with a low of 68. From WTMJ Breaking News Center, I'm Nazir Spencer. In new CBS News pollings, Americans are concerned about effective shutdown on economy amid unease about jobs and inflation. CBS News Deputy Director of Surveys, Jennifer DePinto, breaks down the numbers.
The idea of troops going to U.S. cities remains divisive. It gets strong backing from the president's Republican base, especially those who identify as MAGA, but it finds far less backing beyond that. 58% of Americans oppose sending the National Guard to U.S. cities, and 61% don't think the president should send active duty military troops into cities.
The government has been shut down for 5 days. A new bill would end extra prices and price inflation for concert tickets.
Named after Taylor Swift, a day before the release of her new album, the Swiftie Act, introduced by State Senator Kelda Royce, would put up boundaries on the ticketing industry in Wisconsin. If passed, ticket retailers and resellers would have to reveal price disclosure, refunds, and ticket transferability to consumers. Similar bills have been introduced this year in other states. Sean Brunda, WTMJ News.
Here we go again. A major roadway has a full weekend closure. Make sure you're prepared.
Your weekend plans may need to be adjusted if you're going through the hail. Another 54-hour closure is in effect until Monday at 5:30 a.m. The repaving project this time has closed down the southbound lanes of 894 between Greenfield Avenue and the Hale interchange. You'll notice that the ramps from 94 eastbound and westbound to southbound 894 have also been closed as a part of this project. This is the first of 2 weekends for the project and, as usual, is weather dependent. Make sure to hit up WTMJ.com for maps and more details. Debbie Lazaga, WTMJ News.
A first-inning explosion fuels the Brewers' 9-3 win over the Cubs in Game 1 of the NLDS.
The sounds of victory in the clubhouse after the Brewers exploded for 6 runs in the first and 3 runs in the second of a 9-3 win over the Cubs. Christian Yelich is keeping it all in perspective.
We know it's one game. Even if we lost today, it's still one game, and we know we got to continue to play well the next few games of this series.
The Brewers chased the Cubs starter after just 2/3 of an inning. Freddie Peralta struck out 9 over 5 2/3. After logging 3 hits, Jackson Churio left the game in the second inning with a hamstring strain. From American Family Field, Greg Matzik, WTMJ News.
Game 2 of the best of 5 series is scheduled for an 8:08 first pitch Monday night in Milwaukee. Sports, traffic, and weather are next. Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time 9:04.
Sponsored by Accunet Mortgage.
Accunet Mortgage is an equal housing lender. NMLS ID 255368.
After writing 3 unsuccessful offers, Brenda decided to make a no-regrets offer on this next property. She offered $35,000 over asking and promised to complete the purchase even if the appraised value came in as much as $25,000 below the accepted offer price. Why? Because she was tired of losing, and because her Accunet loan consultant showed her that even in her worst-case scenario, no additional money would be needed at closing, and her payment, which on this home was much more affordable than others she wrote offers on, would only increase by $17 a month. Brenda's no-regrets offer, backed up by a rock-solid guaranteed pre-approval from Accunet, was accepted over several others. And wouldn't you know, the appraised value came in at the significantly higher than asking purchase price, which happens 9 out of 10 times in our experience. If you or someone you know wants help understanding what a no-regrets pre-approval might look like, get started by clicking on the blue button at Accunet.com. That's ACCUNET.com.
Cheese doodles, Mr. Nougat Bar. Oh, here we go. 4-door hatchback.
Some things are fine to buy from a vending machine, but a car is not one of them. The national online company makes it seem convenient, but it won't be so convenient if you have a problem with the vehicle you buy. And if it's after 7 days, good luck. Adam member dealers also let you search online, plus test drive the vehicle before you buy it. And they're right here to handle any issues.
What? The car's stuck. No!
Start your search at adam.com.
Time for a WTMJ Sports Update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All Sports Desk. The Green Bay Packers are on a bye week and return next week to face the Bengals in Lambeau. The Brewers went to work Saturday afternoon against the Cubs, winning their first game of the NLDS 9-3. The next matchup against the Cubs is Monday at 8:08 p.m. at American Family Field. Badgers football fell short to the Michigan Wolverines 24-10. Their next matchup is Saturday against Iowa. Badger Sports Updates are sponsored by Siding Unlimited, Siding, and a whole lot more. Taking a look at the roads with your WTMJ time saver traffic. Another 54-hour closure is in effect until Monday at 5:30 a.m. on the Hale Interchange from 894 southbound lanes between Greenfield and the Hale Interchange. You'll notice that the ramps from 94 eastbound and westbound to 894 southbound have also been closed as part of this project. This is the first of the 2 weeks for this project, and as usual, it is weather dependent. And on 794, just be mindful that the northbound lanes from Hone Bridge to Cudahy all the way up to historic 3rd Ward are closed due to the marathon that is going on this morning. Otherwise, no major issues, no major delays, and full freeway speeds across the system.
Traffic is sponsored by Design Exchange in Heartland and Pewaukee. Design Exchange is where discerning buyers with discriminating taste come to find premium home decor on consignment at 25 to 40% off retail prices in Heartland and Pewaukee.
Here's your WTMJ forecast. Today, mostly sunny, breezy, and warm with the high of 86, record of 87 in 1997, though cooler at times right along the lakefront. Tonight, increasing clouds later with a low of 63. Right now in Milwaukee, it's 70 degrees. I'm Nizer Spencer, Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time 9:07.
This is Wisconsin's Weekend Morning News with Libby Collins. And now it's time for New at 9.
And welcome back. Joining us, new at 9, it is Dominic Cotroneo. He is, I think you're in Philadelphia right now, right, Dom?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, because you're covering some more games. But, you know, we expected the Brewers to do well yesterday. But, wow, they exceeded our expectations, didn't they?
I don't know. Expected is the right word there, Libby. I think there's a lot of anxiety leading into yesterday's game, given it's the Cubs, given, oh my gosh, how many Cubs fans are going to show up and what are they going to do? And then that wasn't exactly roses after the first batter of the game, too. And I thought, you know, the way I looked at yesterday's game, Libby, was, man, what a perfect encapsulation of the Brewers season. It's not how you start, it's how you finish. I mean, they start 0-4, they were 21-25, they were just kind of muddling along. You know, yesterday they give up the leadoff homer, And then, bang, 6 runs in the bottom of the first just eased all of that tension yesterday.
Well, I'll tell you, it was really exciting to watch it. Unfortunately, I didn't have tickets, but even from the comfort of your den and your couch, you really got into it. Now, tell us a little bit about Jackson Chourio. What do we know this morning? Because that was when he took that run to first. You could just tell immediately something happened.
Yeah. So the latest is, conflicting because, there's a little bit of gamesmanship that happens this time of year when it comes to injuries. You want to make the other team prepare and think that he's going to be in there. Maybe he's never going to be in there, that sort of thing. But the latest we learned about Chourio is Murph was kind of going in, while he was undergoing his MRI, very somber, like, oh man, we're going to be without him. I don't know. We're going to wait for the results, but it's not looking good. And then literally 15 minutes later, Chourio walks in. I'm good. I'm ready. And that's the most player response. The player sometimes needs to be saved from themselves. It's the same right hamstring that forced him to miss the entire month of August. The irony is that was the best month of the season for the Brewers. That's when they had their 14-game winning streak. But the point being, we don't know. Off day is good. Off day today, off day again on Tuesday, even though it's only a 90-minute drive. So we'll wait and see. I think this time of year, the line is a little bit different as far as what you can play through, and maybe Chourio's play style becomes a little bit different as far as maybe less turn it up down the line and try to, sprint faster than Usain Bolt. Maybe that becomes a change for him in the rest of the postseason.
We're talking with WTMJ's sports analyst, Dominic Cotroneo. And, Dom, the Cubs had 3 home runs. The Brewers didn't have any. Do you think that was an anomaly, or is it just their strategy? Knock it out of the park every time you can.
This has been the million-dollar question in baseball this year because, I'm covering Dodgers-Phillies for TBS on the National League side, and I'll be with the Brewers if they move on to the NLCS. But everyone I talk to here in Philly and LA, you think of these two teams, they hit homers. They got the big sluggers, and yet the Cubs, they hit homers. They got big sluggers. And the Brewers, they have guys that have the ability to hit the home run, but that's not their MO. That's not their identity. And there's this million-dollar question in baseball of, can this little engine that plays baseball, quote-unquote, the right way, a team that puts the ball in play, that refuses to strike out, that runs the bases well, can that work in October? And the numbers are jarring when you look at teams that out-homer their opponent in the postseason. But I remind people, yes, the Brewers got out-homered 3-0 in yesterday's game. They won the game, obviously. The Brewers out-homered the Mets in the 3-game wild card series last year. That didn't work out for them either. There's no one way to do it. Some of the statisticians and predictors say, you got to hit homers. You got to be able to change the scoreboard. And no one's going to turn down home runs. But the Brewers are at the forefront of this, conflict within baseball. Can a team like the Brewers, who do not rely on power, actually win a pennant? Because the last 10 years or so in this data-driven world say you can't.
Let's talk about the difference in style, if there is any, between Pat Murphy and Craig Counsell. And the way they manage their players and the game. How do you see that turning out tomorrow?
I think the couple of things that went down in yesterday's game that caught my eye, first and foremost, when it was announced that Matthew Boyd was going to be the starter for the Cubs on short rest on 3 days, granted, he only threw, I believe, 60 pitches in Game 1 of the wild card series against the Padres. I thought this was Craig Counsell kind of turning back the clock to 2018. If you remember when Wade Miley faced one hitter, then they set the lineup and exited the game. I thought we were going to see that from Craig Counsell. Not one batter, but 3 batters, because that's the new rule. But the fact that he didn't do that and then made Boyd wear it and then made 2 other pitchers wear it, the fact that he got through that game with Savali finishing the contest was important. But the way I see Pat Murphy and the counter to Craig Counsell is that he is understanding that the pressure is truly on the Cubs side. That the pressure is, here's the guy that the Cubs went out, quite frankly, stole. They paid him, and I think every person would take the money as well. They understand. But the pressure is squarely on the Cubs in that here's your guy. You're facing the old team, the little engine that could, the small market payroll. You wanted a new challenge. here's your new challenge. So now it's the protege versus the master. And Murph's coached Counsell his entire life pretty much and been a part of his life, his entire upbringing in baseball. So, there's no bag of tricks that either one can go out of because they know the bag of tricks.
Yesterday we talked about it was just those first 2 innings were so exciting. And you just got this sense of confidence with the Brewers. Do you think going into tomorrow's game there is a risk of overconfidence because of the win yesterday?
Yeah, I don't see this team rolling like that. I mean, genuinely, Libby, there was a point during the 14-game winning streak that I was talking to a player who will be remained nameless, that I was talking to him about the winning streak, and he looked at me dead square in the eyes, and he asked me, how many games in a row have we won? Did not know. This was at 11 wins in a row.
Are you kidding? He really was unaware of it?
How many have we won? He did not know.
Wow.
And I genuinely believe this player wasn't blowing smoke up where. But the point being, Christian Yelich put it perfectly in Greg Matzek's rap there. It's one game. Shake it off, whatever. If it was a win or a loss, they'd feel the same way coming to the ballpark tomorrow. Just try to do it again and win tonight, in the words of Pat Murphy.
All right. Now, they're not playing on consecutive games. How does that affect players? Does it help them or does it give them too much downtime?
I think this helps the Brewers immensely. I'm in the camp. Baseball is also divided on this issue about the teams that get the bye sometimes come out flat, and I think the Brewers instantly put that to bed here yesterday. But the point being is that baseball is obviously a routine-driven sport, momentum-driven sport. We see this kind of around the All-Star break every year where teams kind of have a minute to come out of the breaks and come out slow. The way I see it for the Brewers, the fact that they got to use Aaron Ashby, and he's a guy that likes to be used a lot and gets a day off, he'll be available again tomorrow. Jared Koenig got work. All these bullpen arms that maybe you weren't expecting to see in such a blowout game, they needed to get work. But the best part is they've saved Abner Uribe. They've saved Trevor McGill. They were able to use guys that, needed the work, but also still have a couple aces in their sleeve to say, hey, by the way, you haven't even seen the best yet. And they give McGill much-needed rest. Another day off for Churio with his hamstring is going to be important for them. But the way I see it, this off day can only help the Brewers.
So, prediction for tomorrow?
Another win. Let's do it again, right? I think the other thing that I'm intrigued to see, because the Brewers were slow to say we're not going to announce a Game 2 starter. And I think we're going to see a gambit. Now, this is just totally me. I've sourced on this, but this is just my gut feeling. This isn't somebody telling me this is what's going to happen. I think we're going to see an opener tomorrow. I think we're going to see Robert Gasser pitch as an opener, maybe go 2-3 innings tops, one time through the order, and then Quinn Priester will follow him as your traditional bulk man. The Brewers have done that a couple of times this season, and it's worked out really well. And that's another way that they can get, fancy, can get cute a little bit, but at the same time, they have that luxury.
Do you feel that they're going to do it in 3?
I think it'll be a gentleman's sweep. I like Brewers in 4 down at Wrigley. Of shades of 163 back in 2018, clinch there in that tiny, tiny clubhouse. But I do think the Brewers made it clear yesterday they are the better team.
And you're in Philadelphia now. Phillies, Dodgers. What's that match going to end up being?
Oh, my goodness. I think everyone here, a lot of the national media is here, and they're all joking, oh, this is the World Series. This is the World Series. Like, hey, wait just a darn second. The Brewers are 6-0 against the Dodgers and went 4-2 against the Phillies. Hold just a second here. The NLCS is going to be thrilling if the Brewers move on to face one of these clubs. I think this series is going the distance. The Dodgers won yesterday on a clutch homer from Teoscar Hernandez. Shohei Ohtani got the wind on the mound. I do think this is going a full 5 games, and it is going to be stressful, fun baseball.
Do you want to make a prediction for the World Series? The 2 teams?
I mean, I've said it for a while that the Brewers, I've said it since February that the Brewers are going to win the pennant. And I say that, with tongue in cheek, obviously, because the curse is broken that, finally the Mets, the team that eliminated the Brewers last year, did not win the pennant. We all know the history of playoff baseball for the Brewers, that every team that eliminates them wins the pennant. So the point being, I could see it being Brewers versus, I'm going to go with the Blue Jays. I think they have just enough firepower. The fact that they sat down the Yankees yesterday was exciting. I could see a Brewers-Blue Jays World Series. And give me, should we do Bucks in 6, Brewers in 6? Should we do the same thing?
I'm all in.
Sounds good to me.
I'll tell you, Dom Catronio, you know your baseball. Thank you so much for being here with us this morning.
Thank you, Libby.
It's 9:19 on WTMJ.
Join Mission 94 Firearms Education Center for their 1-year anniversary celebration, Saturday, October 4th from 11 to 7. Meet community and industry partners, enjoy facility tours, mini history classes, and lunch provided by Mission Barbecue. Enter to win hourly giveaways and the big chance at a black powder volunteer target rifle. On Sunday, October 5th, the celebration continues with half-off full-length classes, including concealed carry, new firearm owner orientation, and more. Don't miss it. October 4th and 5th at Mission 94 Firearms Education Center. Just Google Mission 94.
I'm Matt Dorner, CEO of Milwaukee Downtown Bid 21. Our business leaders value downtown Milwaukee.
We're doubling down on our downtown presence. I'm Grady Crosby, Chief Sustainability and Impact Officer at Northwestern Mutual. Our modernized North Building and campus upgrades are a testament to our continued commitment to helping our city flourish as a great destination to live, work, and play.
Get down to business at MilwaukeeDowntown.com.
Don't think twice. Call Geis.
For 70 years, Geis has been the trusted garage authority in Wisconsin. WTMJ's Greg Matzik here. Don't let a busted garage door get you down. Call my friends at Geis today. With brands like CHI and LiftMaster, they have doors for every budget and will even build custom designs to meet your exact needs. For swift and reliable garage repair solutions, go to GeisDoors.com. You can also visit their amazing showroom in Brookfield and their custom design room.
Don't think twice. Call Geis.
With an ever-changing inventory, you never know what great bargains you're going to be able to find at St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores. It makes shopping fun because the best finds are the ones you had no idea you'd even come across. And when they're at thrift store prices, it feels good. And it feels even better to know you're helping us help others. Shop St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores on Highway 100 in Layton and Greenfield, 23rd in Lincoln, and 76th and Bradley Road in Milwaukee.
You're gonna love it, St. Vincent de Paul.
It's going to be cloudy tomorrow with a chance of some thunderstorms, but today looks pretty good. We've got sunshine, and we may hit a record 87. We're looking at 86, but it's going to get kind of close. It's going to be cooler at times right along the lakefront, and those marathoners are still out there running. It should be wrapping up pretty soon because they started at 7 o'clock this morning. We're up to 69 degrees at 9:21 on WTMJ.
In 1964, we were making strides towards space travel.
Mary Poppins was the #1 movie in theaters.
And the Beatles were taking America by storm.
Which was long before I was born.
Facts. 1964 is also the year it all started for Richland's Tire and Service Centers. 60 years of continuous growth and more happy customers than you can shake a stick at.
Okay, the streamers are a bit overkill. It's just us in the studio.
All right. But it's important to know accomplishments like these aren't possible without a dedicated team. So hats off to them and our founder, my dad, Dick Mitschke, for understanding the importance of customer focus.
Facts. There's no 60 years of anything without you, the customer, which is why our focus will remain on you and only you for years to come.
Thank you from all of us here at Richland's Tire and Service Centers.
Richland's Tire and Service, such a refreshing change. Richland's.
Welcome back to Ask Hasselus.
That big online store has special days with ridiculously low prices, so why don't you?
We do.
You do? When?
Every day. Our 35 beds from the top 5 brands start at $393. Free next day delivery, too.
Wow.
Yeah. Plus, through Monday, get a free box spring or take an equal amount off an adjustable base.
I guess you could say that now is a prime time to buy.
Open 9 to 9. Find an employee-free showroom near you at Hasselus.com.
The following is a paid presentation. Advice and opinions expressed during the Sunday Sip are solely that of the hosts or guests and not WTMJ Radio or Good Karma Brands Milwaukee, LLC.
Welcome to Sunday Sip on WTMJ. Always appreciate the opportunity to tell this story. Colston Morgan joins us from City Forward Collective. Colston, how are you today?
I'm good. It's always great to be back.
And not that we always have breaking news when you and I talk, because you join us on Point Taken on Forward Thinking segment every Tuesday. But today, recently, the newest state test results, DPI, released. So Why are these important? What's in them? What are they telling us?
It's a great question, right? We've had a lot of conversations about test scores and how our students are performing. So I want to start by just being clear about what we've got here. Once a year in the spring, students across the state, whether they attend a district school, a public charter school, or if they use public dollars to go to a private school through the parental choice or voucher programs, they all take state assessments. We often call these the forward exam. For high school kids, they take the ACT tests. It takes a few months, frankly, we think a little bit too long sometimes for those results to get out to schools and then eventually out to families. And so that's what got released. Now, we've also talked about two other things at different points in time. We've talked about NAEP, which are these national tests.
Right.
Not every kid takes those, but a subset of kids does. Unfortunately, last year, the state made a decision to disconnect the two. So our state assessments don't directly correlate to what's going on the NAEP or the Nation's Report Card anymore. The NAEP results kind of stand on their own. These state assessments now are going to get used for the last part of understanding how our schools are performing, those school and district report cards. Those will come out later on this fall.
So what's the early headlines on the release of these scores?
Great question. So, the state assessment results, unfortunately, look like a pretty stagnant picture. It looks like just under half of students met state expectations, or those new lowered expectations that were put in place last year. Here in Milwaukee, it looks, the picture looks a little bit more dire. About 1 in 4 students in math, about 1 in 4 students in English, 1 in 5 students in math met those new lowered state standards. Still, nowhere near where we need to be as a city, or quite frankly, even as a state.
So on this issue, what is City Forward Collective's message to parents? Because that's ultimately students learn, parents have to be part of that process. What's the message?
Yeah, great question. Two-part, right? As a parent, as someone who cares about a kid in your life, there's a few things you can do. Start by taking these data seriously, right? Test scores aren't everything, but they do tell us something. They are a signal, and they offer us an opportunity to say, hey, here's what's going well, or here's where we maybe need to do a little bit more. Working with your child's teacher, working with whoever else are the other adults in that kid's life. The second thing is that we all collectively need to keep pushing and pressing to hold our systems and ourselves accountable for making sure that we change these outcomes. Every year we tell this story, and sometimes it feels like we can get a little bit jaded to the effects of them. But, every one of these numbers is a student that has incredible potential and opportunity.
Colestin Morgan joining us from City Forward Collective. I always want to give you a couple opportunities to tell people how they can find out more information. How do they do that?
Yeah, great question. So you can find us on the web at www.cityforwardcollective.org. I'll also make a plug for our website. We've partnered with a national organization, Go Beyond Grades, to put together a set of resources to help our parents and anyone who's got a kid in their life that they care about understand just how their student is performing against those national standards and help to facilitate a conversation with a teacher. That website is gobeyondgrades.org/MKE.
And we'll give you a chance at the end to sort of reframe those contact points. All right, so I'm somebody who talks about reading and the science of reading a lot. I think it's critical. What's happening in Milwaukee around the shift sort of to the science of reading? It's much discussed.
Absolutely, and it's an incredibly important conversation. Earlier this winter, when we looked at the NAEP results, we saw that Milwaukee had some of the lowest levels of reading proficiency of any major city in the country. And there's been a broad citywide coalition that's come together to try to tackle this. We know at the state level a couple of years ago it got caught up in some politics, but Act 20 from the last legislative session is finally now starting to really roll into effect. And that shifted us away from these, practices where kids were learning to read by looking at pictures and guessing the word into what we know works, which is actually teaching kids letter sounds. We used to call it phonics. The science of reading includes that.
Is it too easy to say back to the basics?
It is not. That is exactly what it is, right? Yeah. We're going back to the things that we know work, and oftentimes in education, we're making educated guesses. This is one of these places where, we now know this works.
And, reading, as they used to say, reading is fundamental. It is so important from an early age. I know there's a lot of experts are saying start right away when they're babies.
Absolutely. I think I've said it with you before, right? Yeah. Like when we teach our kids they learn to read well, that means that they can read to learn for the rest of their lives, whatever it is they're choosing to learn. But if we have kids who aren't able to read, all of the knowledge of the world is locked up to them if they can't, open their phone and understand what's going on.
Somebody asks you, what's City Forward Collective about? Real quick, what does that question say to you?
Yeah, right. Our goal ultimately, City Forward Collective, is every one of these kids in our city, we're talking about reading. They need to be able to read, write, and do math on grade level. We think every child deserves an excellent education at a high-quality school of their choice, and that's the future that we're working towards here in Milwaukee and from there throughout the state.
I like to say changing the future of education in Milwaukee. All right, so let's get those contact points out again. How can they find you?
Yeah, great question. You can find us on the web, www.cityforwardcollective.org. You can find the link to our website. Our newsletter offers regular commentary. We'll have a full roll-up of the state assessment results coming out in the next few days here. And then I shared one other resource if you're a parent and you're looking for information to help you facilitate a conversation with your child's teacher, www.gobeyondgrades.org/MKE. We have a link to that in the For Parents section at the top of our website, too.
My friend Colliston Morgan, he's from City Forward Collective. This has been the Sunday Sip on 620 WTMJ.
There I was outside doing some yard work when I noticed my neighbor looking over his windows. He's climbing up and down his ladder, and I hear him holler to his wife, "Honey, we're gonna need a few new windows." So I took a walk over and said, "Hi Ron, do you mind if I take a look?" He said, "Go right ahead." And I said, the window itself, which is the framework to the glass here, looks fine. And the sill, which is the bottom of the framework, that's fine too. It's the glass that needs replacing. The seal must be broke, and that lets in the moisture we're seeing. That's why your windows are fogging up. And he said, "So I don't need new windows?" And I said, "No, actually, if you want, I can have the glass replaced, and they'll basically be as good as new. And believe me, it'll cost you a lot less than replacing these." This is Stacy Sinks with Les's Glass Service. If it's a new glass shower door, fogged or broken insulated glass replacement, or affordable glass and mirror home decor that you've been looking for, you just can't pass on Les's Glass. Les's Glass Service, serving all of southeastern Wisconsin. Find us at lesglassservice.com.
Are you tired of fumbling through hundreds of feet of lights just to find out they burnt out last season? John Mercure here with Landworks Wisconsin. Let Landworks handle the holiday decorating for you this year so you can focus on what really matters. From festive holiday arrangements to dazzling lighting displays, their expert designers will work with you to build a display that fits your style and your budget. Make your home or business the talk of the block this year with holiday decorating from the teams I trust at Landworks. Visit landworkswisconsin.com.
The Wisconsin retirement system impacts over 690,000 people, including police, firefighters, teachers, and UW employees. Join Annex Wealth Management and WTMJ's Steve Scafidi for a free webinar. Understand your WRS potential on Tuesday, October 21st at 3:30 p.m. Learn how your WRS pension fits into your financial portfolio and planning. The Annex Financial Planning team is experienced with WRS pensions and holistic financial planning. Register at annexwealth.com/events. Know the difference with a fee-only fiduciary. That's Annex Wealth Management.
Well, it's 9:31, and we've got Isaiah Spencer in the WTMJ Breaking News Center, and it's a sad story out of, is it Brown County, with a kid who died on an ATV accident?
Yes, thank you, Libby. A child has died from an ATV crash in the town of Glenmore. The Brown County Sheriff's Office says the child was injured Friday morning while riding with an adult and later died at the hospital. The crash happened around 10:55 a.m., and the Sheriff's Office was notified of the child's death that afternoon. Names have not been released yet. There have been 34 reported casualties due to ATVs and UTVs this year alone. This would mark number 35. A man is saved after being stranded in Lake Michigan. Racine County Sheriff deputies responded after 7 p.m. Friday night after a man was last seen drifting out into the lake in a swimming tube. The man was returned to shore and was observed by first responders to be dehydrated, exhausted, and cold. The 37-year-old told authorities he was unable to swim back to land due to the strong current on the lake. A new bill would end extra prices and price inflation for concert tickets. The Swifty Act, introduced by State Senator Kelda Roys, would put up boundaries on the ticketing industry in Wisconsin. If passed, ticket retailers and resellers would have to reveal price disclosure, refunds, and ticket transferability to customers. Similar bills have been introduced this year in other states. Taking a look at the roads with your WTMJ Time Saver traffic. On I-41, 894 southbound from the Zoo interchange to the Hale interchange until 5:30 a.m. Monday morning. It is closed due to paving. This is, as you have known, the northbound area last weekend was closed. Now it's this weekend on the southbound. It should be open around 5:30 a.m. on Monday. And historic 3rd Ward from Cudahy, the 794 highway is closed due to the marathon, so just be mindful of that. That Hone Bridge is all closed down due to that marathon that's still going on this morning. Otherwise, no major issues, no major delays, and full freeway speeds across the rest of the system. Here's your WTMJ forecast. Today, mostly sunny, breezy, and warm with a high of 86, though cooler at night during the lakefront. And tonight, increasing clouds later with a low of 63. Monday, becoming mostly cloudy with storms or showers developing, especially during the night. High of 75. Tuesday, cooler and becoming mostly sunny with a high of 66. Wednesday, mostly sunny with a high of 67. Thursday, mostly sunny with a high of 68. And Friday, partly cloudy with a high of 68. Right now in Madison, it's 69. In Waukesha, it's 70. And in Milwaukee, it's 71 degrees. I'm Nazir Spencer, Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 9:34.
Hey, Nazir.
Yeah.
What's the furthest you've ever run?
The furthest I've ever run?
Yeah. You couldn't do 26 miles, could you?
No way.
No, I couldn't do 26 feet. I admire them. I really do. And they're out there running now. If you're fortunate enough to be on that route to watch them, it's a lot of fun. I saw a lot of them warming up this morning on my way into work. And boy, I admire anybody who takes on that kind of a goal. I just couldn't do it. All right, coming up in just a couple minutes, we've been telling you it's going to happen again. Vince and Eric did a heck of a job taking a look at what the Brewers baseball season this year would be like if it were a movie. And we're going to have that for you right after this on WTMJ.
Saving money on your exterior painting project at Menards. Pristine is Dutch Boy's most durable exterior paint and primer in one. With its Rain Rinse technology, Rain naturally washes away dirt and grime. Plus, it resists cracking and peeling, making it perfect to withstand the harshest weather conditions. Saving money on pristine exterior paint now at Menards. Plus, check out our weekly flyer on menards.com for more great deals happening this week.
Save big money at Menards.
They saved over $50,000 after we sold their home at only 1.9%. You don't have to pay 6% to market and sell your home. Hundreds of Century 21 Benefit Realty clients will attest. You can get it all for only 1.9%. The more value your home has, the more important it is to find the best real estate commission and the marketing ability to get top dollar. And with Century 21 behind us, that's what we have. This is Angela Calais with Century 21 Benefit Realty, benefit-realty.com, where you pay less for full service. Each office is independently owned and operated. Half a century of marketing expertise joined with over 20 years of local market knowledge. Not to mention the savings you'll see after you get our best commission right up front, which, by the way, is only 1.9% on the listing side of your home. Join that together and you can be sure that you've chosen the right real estate experts who have the experience to market your home effectively and give you a commission that'll end up paying for things like new furniture. This is Angela Calais with Century 21 Benefit Realty, benefit-realty.com, where you pay less for full service. Each office is independently owned and operated.
For over a century, local broadcasting has evolved with the needs of the community. We move past the stigmas of opinion journalism and bring the most relevant news online, on air, and on the go. You have trusted us with your news, sports, weather, and entertainment. Trust us to keep moving with you. Text radio to 52886 and tell Congress local broadcasting is here to stay.
Take me out to the ball game.
Welcome back to the final half hour of Wisconsin Weekend Morning News. I'm Libby Collins. This Brewers season has been nothing short of spectacular. Just take a look at that game yesterday. There have been dramatic storylines. There have been all kinds of fun characters. And with that in mind, the Wisconsin Morning News crew has created a movie pitch for Hollywood to consider. And here it is.
Here's what you do. You got to start with euchre.
Holy cow! Do you believe it?
It's January, a sun-splashed American Family Fields of Phoenix. They're in Arizona, and manager Pat Murphy is pulling up like he's going to go into the office. And he rolls up, and the sound effect comes in. You know how when a car is rolling over some, like, gravel or something? I think the manager drives a nicer car than that. He steps out, he gets out of the car, his cell phone rings, and he picks up. Yeah? Oh, no. When? All right. I'll tell the boys. They'll want to hear it from me. And then you fade right into Euchre coverage, the coverage of his passing.
Fans across generations gathering in somber reflection.
Bob Euchre was not just a baseball announcer. He was an entertainer. He was a family person. He was a baseball guy. He was a comedian.
You could tell a joke at the drop of a hat.
The amount of Euchre jerseys, sweatshirts, T-shirts, saw license plates that people turned into necklaces.
Heroes will be remembered. Legends never die, so I don't think he'll miss a pitch.
So then there's like a fade to black or something to show a passing of time. And then when we return, the 2025 team is back home after just getting terrorized by the Yankees.
A historic day for the Yankees in the Bronx.
Just getting blown up.
And they take down the Brewers by a final score of 20-9.
Highly concerned. Yes.
Quick shot of the talking heads.
I have concerns about the pitching. Absolutely.
Another boat race, says one of the headlines. Okay, cut to the clubhouse. A slow pan of the team, players at their lockers, some laughing, other ones listening to music on their phone. It looks like a scrappy bunch, likable but banged up. You notice there's a lot of guys in the trainer's room. And in walks in a young man, duffel bag over his shoulder. He kind of looks like Glenn Powell. You know that guy, that actor from Maverick and Twisters. So he walks in, sets his bag down, cut to manager Pat Murphy walking in the clubhouse. He yells, "Hey, kid." Young man turns. "You Priester?" "Yes, sir." Maybe Murph says something like, "Then get your spikes on. You'll probably pitch today."
Quinn Priester, the mighty Quinn, strikes out this side in the top of the first.
I mean, pick your characters. You could build this around the entire Brewers pitching staff. I mean, you got the old veteran, reliable Freddie Peralta, been with the team a long time.
And Peralta pats his chest and says, "I got him."
You got the wise, injured Woodruff.
Who else you got? You got the kid.
The Miz. Miz versus Skeens here this afternoon.
Just about a capacity crowd on hand as the Miz is the first one out of that first base dugout. And what an atmosphere.
1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Miz Zarowski is just pressing buttons on a remote control, it feels like.
You need an antagonist. Like, who's the bad guy in this?
I mean, maybe, is it Craig Counsell?
Is it Savale? Like, he didn't want to go to the bullpen?
Yes.
Which actually then leads you into the other storyline. Friggin' Vaughn coming here and being a world beater, picked off the trash heap from the Sox.
Fly ball, deep left. It is up and it is gone. Welcome to the Brew Crew, Andrew Vaughn. The legend of Andrew Vaughn keeps growing. A grand slam. I am so glad that Aaron Savali demanded that trade. Swing and a miss.
And then the film picks up steam in the middle with the winning streak, right? 14 in a row.
And a fly ball left center field, well struck. Back is Benson at the track. Wall gone! Wild Bill to left center. Here's the throw from Perkins. It is going to be in time. Game over. Fly ball to deep right. It is back. Soto back. Out of here. You can't make it up. 12 in a row for the Crew. Would you like fries with that? Well,
Do you really keep pancakes in your pocket? Sometimes. Pancakes, pizza. I mean, stuff I like.
Then you shift to the emotional finish.
What world are we living in right now? I'll tell you, it's the Brewers world.
We have the opportunity to be friends for life, right? We go and do this whole thing and go where we want to go. Everybody in this room is friends for life.
Who's writing this thing?
We're playing with house money. you believe that we can do it.
I think that there's definitely a little piece of Bob that is narrating this whole thing and having a big part of it.
You can't make it up! October official! For the 5th time in 6 years, the Milwaukee Brewers are headed to the postseason.
At the end, then, you got to bring it back around to Uke. Like you could do the speech. Pat Murphy saying he got a letter from Uke.
The last time that we celebrated, Uke was with us. Howdy, boys. Never a doubt you would get this invitation. You did it by believing. Really miss you guys, and I wish I was there. Things are good. God Almighty picked me to be on his team up here, albeit I'm the 3rd catcher. It's a great league. No day games after night games. No shadows. But you got all the sticky you need to have up here. Told the big guy about you guys. You play hard every night, not afraid to play for each other. He's obviously very interested in the group with this uncommon goodness. I know you guys really don't need me, but I've got to tell you, I'll be on the headset every night watching. And don't forget to take it all in, enjoy it, keep it light, and believe in each other.
Hey! Is this heaven? No. It's Milwaukee.
A team for the ages, the 2025 Milwaukee Brewers, and they are not even close to being done yet.
You speak into existence, you see it, you visualize it, you believe that we can do it.
Holy cow! Do you believe it?
And that is the Wisconsin Morning News pitch for the Brewers baseball movie. And as they said, it's not over yet. All right, it's 9:45 on WTMJ. We've got a really interesting guest coming up on Conversations at 11 this morning. We'll tell you about it right after this.
Before you go looking for an area rug that you'll have to settle for because you think that the one you really want will be out of your budget, come to Design Exchange, where you'll find a formidable selection of Oriental, Persian, and other wool area rug choices at 25 to 70% off retail. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating taste come to find premium home decor on consignment at a value. Design Exchange in Heartland and Pewaukee.
Design Exchange.
If you're trying to find really good, high-end, distinctive furniture, the kind they just don't make anymore, then come to Design Exchange. But you better get here quickly, because the best furniture we take in on consignment doesn't usually last long. It may be vintage, it may have once been out of your range, but now you'll find it's priced right. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating taste come to find premium home decor at a value.
Design Exchange.
Workdays can be unpredictable, but your workwear shouldn't be. With the Cintas Apparel Plus program, you'll have freshly laundered garments for everyone on your team delivered every week. Cintas has workwear for just about any job imaginable, with high-performance fabrics and an uncompromising fit that stretches and moves with you. Don't leave looking and feeling good to chance. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Do you hear that? Asthma triggers are everywhere, from dust mites, pet dander, and pollen, to smog and smoke. An asthma attack can strike anywhere, anytime. Be prepared with quick-acting Primatene Mist. Clinically proven to open airways quickly. It's the #1 FDA-approved asthma inhaler available over the counter. Primatene Mist. Breathe easy again. Use as directed.
State Representative Jessie Rodriguez was born in El Salvador in the midst of a violent revolution. She told me about a frightening incident which led to her parents leaving that country. Were you or your parents aware of how violent things were at that time?
Oh, definitely. They didn't talk to me about it. I was too young to know what was going on. I knew that there was a conflict, but that's all I understood as a child. But they did know, and they were concerned. One of the things that I think was the reason why my father decided to move to the United States is because during the war, they would follow people, and they would see where people were traveling. We lived in a port town, and most of my dad's family were in a rural area, maybe an hour or two away, and he would go visit his family there. Well, because he was going back and forth, he got stopped and asked, "Why are you traveling? What is going on?" And it was not uncommon for people to make claims and accuse people of doing things. It may not have been founded, but as a result of that, people disappeared, people died in the middle of the night, and families weren't able to find them. So my father was concerned for his safety.
It is quite a story, and Wisconsin State Representative Jessie Rodriguez told us about the journey here to the United States, what it was like when she got here. She didn't know the language. She didn't know anything about customs and really didn't know any people. But then she also talks about her determination for getting an education and succeeding in the business world, and also getting into politics, and her approach on getting things done in the assembly with consensus. You can hear her entire conversation this morning at 11 o'clock right here on WTMJ.
Goldsmiths are essential to running a jewelry store, but they're extremely hard to find.
Goldsmiths can repair jewelry, set diamonds, resize rings, and create beautiful, one-of-a-kind pieces of custom jewelry.
Most jewelry stores do not have an in-house goldsmith.
But Kessler's has 18 wonderful goldsmiths working in our 9 Kessler stores.
The average Kessler's goldsmith has more than 15 years of full-time experience.
And that's not counting all the apprentice goldsmiths and jewelry designers.
Our goldsmiths repair a lot of jewelry that we did not sell.
Bring us your broken jewelry and we'll bring it back to life.
When you see a woman with an extremely attractive, very distinctive engagement ring,
you can safely assume that it's a custom-designed, one-of-a-kind ring made by the goldsmiths at Kessler's.
When your relationship is special, you need a special engagement ring.
If you want something that's breathtakingly one of a kind,
come to Kessler's.
For the location of the Kessler's nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
Staying active, essential for overall health. Proper medical support, essential for staying active. WTMJ's Vince Vitrano for Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. Whether it's keeping a weekend warrior like me on the tennis court or keeping young athletes in the game, you want the best in sports medicine, that's OAW. Surgeons, nurses, and physical therapists help you recover from injury, avoid injury in the future, and enhance performance. Get care 7 days a week. Walk right in at an Ortho ASAP clinic or book an appointment online at orthowisconsin.com.
Welcome back to Ask Hasselus. I'm Weston. What's your question?
You know when that big online store has special days with ridiculously low prices?
Yeah.
Why doesn't Hasselus Mattress do that?
We do.
You do? When?
Every day.
Okay, good one. But really, when are the big discounts?
Like I said, every day. You know our showrooms are employee-free.
So I can give your mattresses a try.
With no pushy sales guy.
Yeah, I know.
Well, that allows us to sell Sealy Posturepedic, Beautyrest, and more for way less.
Give me numbers.
Our 35 beds from the top 5 brands start at $393. Free next-day delivery, too.
And you do this every day?
Yeah. Plus, through Monday, get a free box spring with every Sealy Posturepedic, Beautyrest, and more, or take an equal amount off an adjustable base.
Wow.
So I guess you could say now is a prime time to buy.
I see what you did there.
Open 9 to 9. Find an employee-free showroom near you or shop online at Hasselus.com.
At Hazelden Betty Ford, treating mental health isn't just about breaking old patterns. It's about braving new ones. As the leader in alcohol and drug treatment for 75 years, we know caring for addiction, anxiety, depression, and trauma goes hand in hand. We're here for you with new tools when life breaks down. Discover your path to better mental health at hazeldenbettyford.org/Wisconsin. Sponsored by Hazelden Betty Ford Foundation.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee. From the Annex Wealth Management Studios, this is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
The following is a paid presentation. Advice and opinions expressed during the Sunday Sip are solely that of the hosts or guests, and not WTMJ Radio or Good Karma Brands Milwaukee, LLC.
Good morning. Welcome to the Sunday Sip. I'm Julia Fellow, your host. We're diving into what it means to educate your whole child, the whole child. So just west of I-43, the old Cardinal Stritch campus, you know that, it's becoming a new K-4 through 12 school opening next year. It's going to be the North Shore campus, home of St. Augustine Prep. And we have CEO joining us, Abby Andrich. And I just toured the site, Abby. It is absolutely gorgeous. It's set to open next year for students.
It is. We can't wait to open our door to students.
So for listeners who might not be familiar, tell us about Aug Prep.
So Aug Prep was actually launched in 2017. We have our founding South Campus on Milwaukee's South Side, just south of the Basilica. And we today serve just under 2,400 students. We believe deeply in the 4 pillars that we're grounded in, which are faith, family, excellence in academics, and athletics and the arts. And at the end of the day, we're just really excited to be able to open that opportunity for students to more students on Milwaukee's North Shore, in Milwaukee's North Shore, as well as in Milwaukee as well.
That's awesome. So what is Aug Prep's mission as a school? And what do you envision with the North Campus?
Our mission is to provide a safe, excellent, and whole child-focused Christian K-12 education that equips our students to be the leaders of tomorrow.
And I was reading about it being holistic. What do you mean by that when you say holistic?
So when we think about serving the whole child and being holistic in our approach, we think about how we're not only developing and providing a rigorous academic experience, but we're developing the whole child, mind, body, and soul.
So the enrollment is now. It started at the beginning of September, right?
Yes, we opened enrollment on September 1st. So if you go to augprep.org, you can find a button and click Enroll Now and learn more, as well as connect to the school.
So enrollment is open right now, augprep.org, augprep.org. Go there. The future is happening. It's St. Augustine Prep's North Campus, and we have CEO Abby Andrich with us. Abby, the academics and test scores still matter, right?
They do. We are a school, so making sure we're providing an excellent education to all of our students, regardless of where they come in, whether or not they come in above grade level, whether or not they come in behind grade level. Our mission and focus is to provide excellence in academics for all of our students. And we believe we best do that by inspiring their passions, curating creativity. And we do that a lot through the arts, through athletics, through character development. And we even have a team of social workers that wrap around our students during tough times.
Oh, that's great. What is the art and athletics? What is that going to look like on the North Campus?
So that's one of those places that Cardinal Stritch's legacy and the campus we are able to step into really create incredible opportunity. We've got a performing arts center that was part of Cardinal Stritch's initial arts center, and that opens the door to excellence in theater, opening music and drama opportunities. Visual arts will be a big part of our programming, K-4 all the way through 12th grade. But we'll also provide really robust athletics, again, starting with our 4-year-olds and going all the way through 12th grade, providing soccer, providing basketball, all sorts of sports. Some we'll start with and others will grow into as we continue to add more students.
Oh my goodness, the basketball court is awesome. And there's some really good roots that you have, that you're keeping a lot of the bones of Cardinal Stritch, and you're still embracing, the rich history there.
We are. We're really building around the foundation that they laid, both from a culture and community standpoint, as well as a building. And so in our K-8 building, what was the Cardinal Stritch Library and their gym is actually kind of the centerpiece of that new K-8 building in the middle part of it. And for our high school students, the Arts Center will become our high school. So our high school students will have a standalone high school. It's just steps away from the K-8 building, but it really creates a space for them to own and build their own community as well.
Can you talk about the cafeteria?
Oh, yeah. The high school cafeteria will actually have cafeterias in both buildings. And the high school cafeteria is very explicitly being built to feel a little bit like a college commons or even a workplace special cafeteria, creating a space for our kids to be in a place that might be something that they'd step into after they graduate from high school as well.
Think of a 43-acre campus and 300,000 square feet. That's what the North Campus is going to look like. It's incredible, and it's starting next school year. So you can learn more enrollment now at augprep.org. The other thing I wanted to ask you, Abby, was What does the Christian faith have to do? Do you embrace that with all the students as they learn? How is that taught?
Great question, Julia. So we are a Christian school. We are unapologetically Jesus-centered, and we open our doors and our arms to any students that walk through our doors, whether or not they align with our faith, whether or not they come with a different faith, or whether or not they might not have a faith at all. We are deeply intentional about who we are and what we do, and we really seek to live our faith out loud. So while we have chapel and we have Bible and they're really important parts of what we do, our faith needs to be lived in everything that we do, from how we interact as adults with each other to how we interact with our students and our parents. And so it's really an essential part of who we are, but we really work to create a space that is safe, welcoming, and loving to all of the students that walk through our doors.
I love this. So enrollment now for next school year, go to augprep.org, augprep.org. It's the future home of St. Augustine's Preparatory North Campus. And she is the CEO, Abby Andrich. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. I appreciate it.
Thanks for having me, Julia.
I'm Libby Collins. Stick around right after the news with Nazir. It's Reporter's Notebook with Adam Roberts. And at 11, I return with my conversation with State Representative Jesse Rodriguez on WTMJ.
Well, we decided to develop our own mattress line